Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater, coming to you from the AES show in New York. I'm at the FabFilter booth with our friend Nicholas. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Appreciate you taking time to show us some cool new stuff from FabFilter.
Most definitely.
So we got three plugins that you want to
three plugins.
Take us through. So
yep.
I'm going to turn it over to you. And Twin 3 is brand new, right?
Yes, the FabFilter Twin 3, one of the newest releases from FabFilter, built off of the Twin 2, which came before. But the big hype is that the Twin 3 has much more further developments. You know, they've really upped the ante when it came to the Twin 3. So it almost feels like a different synth. At its heart, the Twin 3 is a subtractive synthesizer, but it is jam-packed full of features. Right off the bat, you have 4 different oscillators that can be used simultaneously. So to start off, I have a sawtooth. We have access to the various different sound waves, including white noise and pink noise, which actually can do a really good job within the Twin of creating drums, which are sometimes overlooked as a capability of a synth. I can fine-tune and oscillator sync, which is a really cool effect. Now, I just want to mention one thing about these oscillators. These oscillators have what's called analog drift, which mimics these characteristics of analog synthesizers, as opposed to a exactly perfect digital oscillator. So it mimics this sort of almost imperfection of analog synthesizers. Now this So the sync is a great tool to get unique sounds, to take that original sound wave and warp it in a special way. If I wanted to, I have the other synths set up to represent a major chord.
Okay.
So I've adjusted the fine tuning of the pitches and the octaves to give me a major chord. So I have the second note at 4 semitones and the third note at 7 semitones. As you can tell, that sawtooth has a very nice crisp sound to it.
Right.
I can adjust the panning and the volume levels of individual oscillators. Now we have our very intuitive and quick filter section, which, as far as operation goes, operates in a very similar way to the Pro Q. Each one of these filters has the various shapes, and what makes this unique are these various different tonal characteristics of the filters. So each filter can actually have its own type of tonal characteristic as well. The saturation, the harmonics is going to change. So actually, if I focus in on just one of them, keep it simple with just one oscillator. All right, cool. So if we check this out, it's on roll right now. You see, so metal, smooth, extreme has more of those as high-end harmonics. So you see, you can use these different filter characteristics. Very special part about these filters, you can have access to 4 of them. We have the routing section. So running in serial, each one of these filters is going to affect each one of these oscillators at the same time. In parallel, this runs like our standard parallel processing for reverb, for example. the original unfiltered sound is going to get blended with the filtered sound. Per oscillator is where we get a little bit more unique. Each filter will apply to only one oscillator. So 1 will apply to the first, 2 to the second, 3 to the third, 4 to the fourth, for example. I'm going to now demonstrate really one thing that makes the FabFilter Twin 3 special. One of its more fun features. So, modulation. Modulation of the various parameters is how we can add movement and get a very special sound that's, uniquely our own. So, right here I already have a modulation set up. We have various modulation types, LFO being one of the most popular. We have an envelope generator, so we can take our envelope and we can adjust this to individual parameters. For example, having a slow attack on the drive. The envelope follower is really cool because you can get the envelope to match a side chain. I'm going to demonstrate with a high pass filter and a resonance. So what if I wanted to get that effect? That would involve modulation. So I will take this and I will now connect my modulation to that frequency. This will allow me to adjust the intensity. Now that's very choppy right now. That's very choppy. So once I select this, I can now dig into further features. The glide control is what you're going to want to adjust to get this nice smooth movement.
That is very cool.
Very cool, very cool. And of course, you may not always want it free moving, so we can set this to last for the length of a bar. Set it to 8th notes, quarter notes, 16th.
Fantastic.
So that's some of the beauty of the Twin 3.
That is fantastic. Nicholas, really appreciate it. Thank you for giving us a tour of what's going on with this. I really like how interactive that is and how you can get in and fine tune it. Very cool stuff.
Very cool.
Appreciate it. Great to see you.
You too.
Enjoy the rest of the show. And thank you for joining us at the FabFilter booth. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater.